So now we will have Babo versus Arew.
Yeah, CBP. It's gonna be exciting for everyone.
Yeah, I'm curious to see Arew's skill level because he's an old school player. Remember him being, you know, the best in Lithuania, so he's really strong back then. But I don't know of his current skill these days, but I see he's in the IRK clan. That clan has a lot of good players in it. I play a lot of them on ladder. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game.
He used to be a really good Protoss player in the foreign. Is that right?
Yeah.
Not just in Lithuania, I mean. He was like considered like top 5, let's say?
Yeah,
or not?
He was
like worse.
Yeah, he was one of the best. I don't know about top 5, but he was definitely one of the best Europeans. He was up there, you know, with, you know, Mondragon.
He was in Templars of Twilight, so
Yeah.
it meant a lot to be in that kind of Gosu clan. Like,
So he's very good.
if you was playing against Todd, the Templars of Twilight, you know that if you like lose 2 to 3, it was a good score. You were happy, like, we made it, 2 points from Todd. If you won best of 3 against Todd, it was like 2 days of party, because
it's a bit sad we lose all this information. People, new viewers, new players, they don't know all the history, and so you don't really know who this guy is. And then you are like, yeah, this is a Dino probably doesn't know how to play now in 2018. But again, he's probably a good, but new guys doesn't know.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because if, like, Arew was great. A lot of old school players were great, but if you go back and watch games back then, the games are not that great in comparison now. The skill level these days is so high, it's crazy. But trust me, you gotta just trust us that Arew and the likes were very good back then.
Yeah, there is no doubt that these guys will be able to like make greatness from what is able to get from the new like pro gamers streams and all the new information. I'm pretty sure they will be able to get a very high skill, like because they were able to do that where there was not information or anything. So not everything was so precise like the new strats.
Yeah, also because they played back then, they might have, you know, an old school build that people don't see nowadays. So Arew might pull out some crazy cheese that Babo doesn't see, and then potentially Arew can win like that. Or maybe Babo has a crazy cheese that Arew hasn't seen. So
okay, that's a bad idea because Babo is a 2. I think 2v2 players are better against cheese.
Oh, that's because they can defend like 2 versus 1 sometimes.
Yeah,
1 versus
they are
2.
pretty good against cheese.
Okay, so let's see the profiles, because I'm thinking like what age both of them are. One of Babo is 28 and Arew is 27, and Arew started playing in 2005 and he played until 2012, and then he switched for StarCraft 2 and he started to play again in this year. But Babo started to play in 2008, which is like Arew was already good back like on this time.
Yeah, Arew 2005 is actually kind of, I'm gonna say, recent. Like, he wasn't one of those players that played in 1999, but as soon as he got into the scene, his skill level went up very high. Like, he just appeared out of nowhere. He was the player like Cole, if people remember him. He was a German Zerg. Like, he just exploded. His skill level was really high. Now, Babo, of course, 2008, that's a bit late because that's kind of when it quit. So I'm not sure about him, but I play him on ladder. He's got great Mutalist micro. I kind of hope he wins because I really want to see his sick Muta micro versus True Touch.
Babo versus because Babo is no, because I have like 2 players which I think like now after last groups I have also Lumired added to that box, but Babo and there is a guy from Indonesia, Quantel, and both of them are their Muta micro is I don't want to offend them, but way better than their overall decision making, I would call it. But and they are playing really good, and they this muta micro, and I think Lumire showed to us like lately that his muta micro is incredibly good, but Kuch had like such a good decision making that he was able to win somehow, even by losing the significant micro battles. So your predictions, boys. Who do you think will win?
And I said, hey, I said, hey,
Babo
what's going on?
Arew smurfed me on the ladder, and I think Zerg these days are very strong versus Protoss, so I think Babo is the favorite.
Okay, Mr. Aaron.
I'm going with the all my life for Arew.
I would also bet for Arew, but just because I know him longer. And I used to play against him back in the days, and I remember he was good at. So if he's playing now, and I mean, the longer he will play, the better he will be. I know, because he's just reminding stuff. So let's go. Game number 1. Thank you for Mr. Mulet for your $1 donation. Okay, so Babo versus Arew. ZVP is coming. Let's hope less lag.
Okay, so Nayoken, you can introduce the player.
I will leave you boys. You can cast together, I will just show everything. So go together. Nayoken and Eonzerk, just for you. Boys and girls.
All right, in the bottom left, we have the Peruvian Zerg. It is Babo. And in the top left, we have the Protoss Lithuanian Protoss. It is Arew. So, Eonzerg, what build do you think we should expect to see out of Babo on here? Are we going to see 5-hatch Hydra? Are we going to see some kind of muta play? What kind of style do you like on Circuit Breaker?
From what I saw in the last time of Babo playing against a Protoss player, he's this player that likes to play like Torter style, like let's say Larva, not sadly with the same mechanics or anything, but just defending for bases. So yeah, it will be something like few Sankens, few Links, switch to Lurkers, and defend your bases, and just macro up. Not sadly to a muta rush or something.
Yeah, Larva's my favorite Zerg player. I like how he plays Zerg, where he just plays it very defensively. Zergs these days, they have the opportunity, or Babo will have the opportunity to take this mineral only if he wants, but based on what you're saying, we can expect him to take the natural at probably bottom right and just go for that long macro game. And Arew, he's going for a Forge Expand here, so he's also going for the macro game. It's going to be fast Nexus. I'm not going to put on any pressure with the Gateway Expand.
Now this is interesting, because I was expecting a more aggressive play from Arew, like maybe one gate Nexus or something like that. No, that is pretty popular. And wow, wait a minute, this Forge is in a good spot to make a wall.
This is not a good spot for a wall. It looks pretty good for a wall.
Yeah, it's like it's tight with the gateway.
I'm pretty sure it's tight with the gateway.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, normal play from Arew.
And now we do have Babo. I think this was a 9-pull, but he is expanding afterwards. But Arew, he is being a little greedy here. He's building the Nexus before the cannon. But luckily for him, Babo only made 2 lings. Meanwhile, he is taking bottom right. Like you were talking about, he's going for that split map lurker defense style Zerg that we see a lot from players like Larva.
Yeah, I think it's probably what was coming, honestly, because if you are making this far expansion, you are going to make Hydras. On top of that, you are missing 1 mineral patch to really boost your eco. I don't think it makes much sense to go for the Hydras early.
Yeah, so you're not expecting a Hydra bust here. So if you're in Arew's position, what do you think Arew should be going for? We see a lot of Zealot timings around 730. Do you think that's what he should go for? I feel like Zergs are probably so good against that maybe Arew needs to go for a different timing.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the style of play of Arew right now. Do you know him better? So do you mind explaining a bit his PvC style? If you have.
I haven't watched him in 10 years, so I really don't know his style. I just know that he was a very good player back in the day. I want to point out he just lost his probe, so he's lost vision of what Zerg's doing, and now he's got to be worried a little bit because Zerg has a lot of all-in opportunities. Of course, you know, it's unlikely since Babo took another natural, but it is possible that, you know, Babo could switch it up and go for some sort of Hydra bust.
Yeah, it's always possible to go to the fake Hydra, even if you are taking this far expansion. It's still a good option, but like I said before, Babo is more like the standard guy. A bit like Series, that's the standard guy. So I'm not expecting anything cheesy. But I'm curious if Arew is going to make a Stargate or just Citadel. That's also a game, especially when you are playing against a server taking a far.
Yeah, really important to get that Corsair out. You want to see exactly what Zerg's doing.
You were so right. He's afraid. He's making a second cannon.
Yeah, I think he saw Zerglings pop out of the natural, and he might be worried about some kind of Ling Hydra bust. So that second cannon is not going to help him right now. He really needs to get this Corsair out, identify what Zerg's doing, because if he overreacts and Zerg just sits here and powers, you know, he's going to be in a very tough spot on a map like Circuit Breaker where the third base is just a mineral only. His army is just going to be pure Zealot, and we were talking about how Zerg's probably going to go Mass Lurker. That's nearly impossible to fight without a lot of gas units.
So, Zero, please show us the Protoss Naturals so we can see if it's making upgrades, more cannons. I think the same electro is up, honestly. Then the main, what's in the main right now? What is the Protoss main? Stargate, more pylons. So yeah, normal play, I guess. But I'm a bit worried that the +1 for the Protoss didn't start yet. So maybe means that he's not really committing to any silos attack, but mostly let's make some like the two DTs strat, one to the main, other to the expansion, and then taking a Nexus is probably what's coming. Not aggression at all. And a bit afraid. I think when you're playing against a third player that is taking far expansions, the most dangerous is that do you play some kind of timing, like a Silok attack or with the two Archons or some kind of strat like that.
You think that's the most deadly attack for Protoss versus a Zerg style like this? To do the timing attack?
Yeah. Especially, like I see it, the way I see it right now is that Babo wall is not that impressive to defend aggression.
Yeah, and Arew's gas at the natural is actually really late, so this makes me think he could potentially put down a bunch of gateways pretty soon and do a bust like what you're talking about. But he actually only has two.
He's making cannons to meet us?
Yeah, I don't think his Corsair was actually able to see what Zerg was doing, so now he's gotta just play defensive the whole time. He's banking a lot of Corsairs, but he really needs to get up to 5 to 7 before he moves.
Well, actually, mutas are coming, so that's good.
Yes,
that's good.
Yes, somehow he has guessed that Zerg is going mutas, so that's a nice call from him. But I'm still kind of worried because, you know, Zerg's already got 3 bases. He's powering, like you said, and it's hard to defend a base on here, like mid left or top middle for the Protoss.
Yeah, and now the Silos are not able to do much. Mutas are just counter.
And now his forge is doing...
take care of the...
Yeah, those mutas have to be careful because there's 6 Corsairs out. I think they have +1 now. They can just destroy the Mutalist, but look how many cannons Arew is building. He's got 2 more going up at his natural, 2 more in his main. he's really scared of Babo going for mass Muta style. But look at what Babo's doing. He's just building more drones. The longer this game goes on, it's just going to make it more and more difficult for Arew to attack the Zerg.
No, this is interesting. Babo is not making a 4 expansion yet. I think if you are in this position with a free 4 expansion, you are supposed to make. So he's really committing to this meta play. And in my experience against 2 bases Protoss, that you don't really have to defend that much, you can just make a powerful arm, take it down, you know?
Yeah, and now Zero pointed out that the Mutalisks do have +1 armor, so that's going to negate the +1 from the Corsairs. But, yeah. I mean, there are so many Corsairs.
As long as he doesn't hit 1 Storm or 1 Archon shot, yes.
Yeah, look how many Scourge there are. If there's 1 good Storm hit or if there's a good Archon hit that gets on top of these Mutas, Babo doesn't have much of a ground defense. He could get run over if Arew didn't attack. That just did crippling damage to the Mutas because that's all of his defense right now.
Man, that's a lot of Scourges, and I fear that our Protoss hero is trying to take a tier. Like this is probably the worst decision. If he doesn't have some Archons, I really feel. He's going for it?
Oh my gosh! All the Scourge. How many Scourge is that? Wow, how many Corsairs did he kill? He killed 7 Corsairs. So
maybe like 7.
These cannons are going down. There's no anti-air here. These probes are gonna die. The Sim City is not the greatest either. Oh! He's gotta be careful with the storm. Don't storm your own probes.
Defend it.
Yeah, so pretty good defense.
Oh, what did you do? Oh my god, what are you doing?
So that actually wasn't as bad as I thought. Of course, losing 7 Corsairs is not the greatest, but he did kill almost all the Mutas. He killed like 30 Scourge. That's a lot. And now Babo he's got to start building Hydras. Okay, he is building Hydras. He's taking bottom right. He's really getting his ground army going. God, that's so many drones he has at bottom right.
Yes, but I'm afraid that what he needs is some lurkers, because if somehow Arew is able to make a ground arm, I mean, he's not going to stop us.
He's making more Mutas. He killed most of the Corsairs and decided that he's got enough gas econ coming in that he can just keep going Mutas. Maybe he's trying to pick off the Templars with this. Or he's going to deny the 3rd base. There's no anti-air here. 1 Archon and 4 Dragoons. That's not enough.
No, that's a good... Delaying the tier even more, yeah. It's a really good...
Now he's going into the main. Remember, these Mutas have +1 armor, so they are pretty tanky, but they do have to be careful because the Corsair count is still getting high again. Again, swooping around to the 3rd base, trying to see if that probe's going to put down another Nexus to deny it even longer.
No, I'm starting to understand what Arew's play style is like. He's more a defensive player that is making his army, then defending his future expansions. I actually think he's not going to attack anytime soon. Like, he's probably take a 4 expansion as well, and then just going for the late game. I mean, what else can he do anyway? Like, are you really going to commit to attacking the Ser?
Yeah, I think that window of opportunity has left. If he had gone immediately after he killed the Mutas, maybe there was a small window. But now that Zerg is powered so hard, been on 3 base for a long time, I agree with the defensive stance. On top of it, you were talking about how Babo likes to play defensively. So maybe Arew knows that, and he's decided that, okay, maybe if I just go for a split map, that could be my best possibility of winning.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, everything's looking very good for Babo right now. He's making extra hatcheries, and his defense is looking very good. Yeah, I don't know what else. I think at some point he will just start to taking the main zone and probably just wait for the hive tech. Start to make the filers and even guardians, since Protoss lose all the Corsairs.
Yeah, this is not... Okay, the Corsairs coming in for the Mutas. Scourge taking a couple Corsairs down. But yeah, Hive Tech is going to kick in for Babo pretty soon. He's got a ton of hatcheries. We're up to something like 10 hatcheries. So Babo, really all he has to do is kind of just survive the next couple minutes. But Arew's not attacking. And really this is, you know, in the next couple minutes, Zerg is going to start getting scary because then we're going to have Crackling kick in. We're going to have Defiler kick in. All the upgrades going to kick in. And Plague and Dark Swarm are just brutal versus Protoss. You know, all of their health go away, and then they're basically half as strong. So Arew's got to be very worried about letting Zerg have so many bases.
Yeah. Yeah, this game will be in some stage where Protoss damage will coming from shuttles or shuttle arrays like High Templar, maybe some DTs and sneaking some DTs into them. I don't think he will be really like attacking any expansion anytime. I think it will be a game of expansions right now. Look, nice denied with the DT. This is the kind of play at this stage.
Yeah, really as Protoss, you got to do some type of harassment with shuttles, with Reavers, with Templar drops. Really keep the Zerg econ kind of in check because their army is just so strong. But Arew, he's almost maxed. He's moving his units like he wants to attack. I don't know where he can attack though. Babo just has such a great defense all over the place.
Well, he can pick one side and hope there is no Nidus, and maybe with some good stuns, Archons maybe tanking the damage. Maybe he can take out one side, but it's very hard. Like you really need to defend well your servers. I don't see that many High Templars.
Yeah, not very many High Templars here, not very many Archons. A lot of Zealots, a lot of Dragoons, but the Zealots are kind of just going to get insta-killed by these Lurkers, but there's no Lurkers here, so Arew's probably going to deny this base, and probably deny bottom middle also.
Oh, the Corsairs.
Oh, all these Mutas. I don't know if he even killed a Templar there. Oh, wow. A lot of the Mutas going here. Now this third base is definitely going to die. The fourth, this bottom middle is dead. But look how many Zealots there are. Really, this is not a great army for Protoss. Sure, it's strong killing these bases that aren't defended, but, you know, Babo still has 4 bases.
Babo looks like he's looking to engage.
Oh my gosh,
I don't
look at the
think this
upgrades
is
for Protoss. Protoss has +1 weapon, that's it. A lot of Zerglings and Lurkers coming in here. Dark Swarm under there. Look how strong the Zerglings are. Just all of the Zealots just insta-dying. Now all we have left is Master Goon versus Ling Lurker. I think Arew has overstepped here. His whole army's gonna die. This was a massacre. So now, oh my gosh. Now really Babo, if he can just get a Defiler out with Ling Lurker, he can go to almost any base and kill it because cannons, again, you know, can't deal any damage under Dark Swarm. So now Arew's in trouble.
Yeah, it's never good to lose your whole army like that.
Yeah, and this is,
I think he did a good job denying this. Yeah, losing everything like that.
Yeah, and this is not good either because now he has a whole bunch of Dragoons, but Dark Swarm, Dragoons are useless versus Dark Swarm, and Babo's doing a counterattack right now. He really needed something like a lot of Archons and Reavers here. Oh, this is gonna be so difficult.
Yeah, yeah, it's never good to lose. It's never good to lose.
Oh, it's not.
Especially in PPC because you are just giving freedom to the third player to do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
and now.
Just now +2 for Arew, so his upgrades are really lacking. But look at the upgrades for Zerg. He's already at 2-1. So his damage output is going to be incredible. You know, no shield upgrades, no armor upgrades for the Protoss. Zealots are just going to get insta-killed. And Babo, he's just getting massive.
He's making Ultra East Cavern or something like that. No,
oh, Greater Spire. I think he knows that he killed a bunch of the Corsairs. He has leftover Mutas. You know, really, Mutas at this point in the game really only good for picking off Templars. But if he can just, sit Guardians over top of top left, maybe force out a bunch of storms. Those are storms that aren't... Oh, Dark Archon. We might see some Maelstrom.
That's surprising. I didn't expect other Archon.
Yeah, not a really common unit, but we've actually seen it quite a bit nowadays. When people go for Citadel builds, they sometimes build a Dark Archon with Maelstrom to deal with mutas. And I even saw a game recently where Rain, he didn't have an observer, so he mind controlled an Overlord to deal with the lurkers. It was really crazy.
That's a cool move.
Yeah, that was sick. I was like, what? What? What a genius. But we do have a bunch of Guardians over the top left. And now, even if he can defend these Guardians, a lot of storms are going to have to be used. Well, I take that back because we still have a lot of Corsairs here. So maybe they can deal with those Guardians by themselves.
Yeah, but like I said, Babo is not really the guy to commit. So right now he's just controlling the map, taking more expansions, and each time just punishing the Protoss, so whatever he does is going to counter it. This is the kind of play that we are going to see today. Like, wow, one storm drop coming? No? What is this? DTs? Oh, Darkon. Don't tell me you are stealing a drone, please. You are not in a position to do that. Okay, it's for Silas.
Well, that was disappointing. Oh
yeah.
My gosh, that would have been crazy if we saw mind control.
Yeah, I was like, no way he's doing that in this position.
I mean, the Zealots are dealing about as much damage as they could possibly deal. They killed some drones. They forced a drone pull. Yeah, it kept Babo on his side of the map. Even the Guardians pulled back. So a decent drop for Arew. Not very committed. And now Arew, he's on 5 base. He's at a pretty strong spot. But I am
but only 3 gases. Only 3 gases.
Yeah, that's the problem with Circuit Breaker. Only 3 gas, and on top of it, Babo has mid right. That's you don't want to give up that base to Zerg.
I don't even think he needs it right now, but whatever. But there is one drop coming to the Protoss base.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a massive drop. Nothing really here to defend. Probably a Defiler in here. Maybe Ultras too. Oh, there's a counterattack, but I think Arew's gonna lose his whole main here. I don't know about this. Every single Overlord got off. That's all Zerglings. They're just gonna crush through this base.
Oh, nice move by Babo, predicting Protoss move and making that Lurker with the Swarm. Nice to move back.
Yeah, so now Arew has killed a lot of stuff in the middle, but Babo, he's killing the main. Arew's not even turning around. I guess he's decided he's got a base trade. But how's he gonna base trade a Zerg that has 7 bases? He's got Mass Lurker, he's got Defiler. I don't know about this.
No, he can come back because there are Lurkers with the Swarm. So, and his army is only mostly dragons and one Archon. So.
Look at that Lurker field. There's 12 Lurkers there. There's no way. And there's more Lurkers on the left side.
Oh my god,
really,
he's going to trap this army. He's going to trap this army. Yeah, with Lurkers everywhere.
Yeah, there's Lurkers everywhere. If this army dies, I mean, I think that's going to be the end of Arew. He's losing a lot.
The Ultras are coming.
Oh, there's the Ultras. Oh my god, so disgusting. Look at these Lurkers just crush the Zealots.
Wait, it's not disgusting. This is joy for the eyes. No. Don't say it's disgusting.
Oh, and we still see a big attack from Babo to the main again, just Zerglings. Great storm there, killing a lot of them in DT, so they will clean it up. I mean, that drop actually didn't do as much as I thought, and somehow Arew is going to get his army out of here. We thought he was going to get sandwiched, but Babo did not sandwich it.
Actually, Arew is surviving and taking the whole top.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's still got his army here. He didn't lose a lot. He saved his main. He's got all of the top. And now split map Protoss, that's a really strong, really difficult thing for Zerg to deal with. But Babo still does have mid right. That base didn't die.
Wow. I think Babo is not in a so good position anymore. he loses some bases, and yeah, right now Protoss is in many bases that this is getting very scary. And there
so
are
many lurkers, so many ultras. Oh, the storm, it's great. But is there enough? I don't... Oh, the storms are amazing. All the ultras getting stormed here. A lot of lurkers. Oh my, so many storms. But Babo's still pushing through. The ultra lurker is just so strong.
Ultras are good at eating storms.
Yeah. Oh my, and look how many are left over. There's like 15 left over. And now he's looking to kill the right side of the map, and that's really almost all of the mining bases for Arew. His main nat and third base are basically mined out.
More Corsairs. So funny that he's making Corsairs come.
Yeah.
Not many Protoss are doing this, like making Corsairs.
Yeah, Corsairs are pretty good, but the problem is that Zerg has already gotten Carapace on his Mutas and Overlord, so it's going to take a long time to die. God, that's so many Ultras.
But it's expensive to lose.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a Dark Swarm here. If we had a Dark Swarm, this base would be 100% dead, but Arew has a good chance of defending it. Reaver's very strong, especially with Cannons and Zealots and Storm. I think he might barely hold.
Oh man, imagine some DTs right now. He doesn't have Overlord or anything.
Oh, those Lurker Spines killing all the probes! 17 kills on those Lurkers. That's a lot of econ for Arew, and look at the supplies. We're at 115 for Arew. Meanwhile, Babo's sending more units to top middle, so this base is gonna be dead, and now Arew's gonna be basically on one base. Reaver is doing work though. I think that Reaver has about 20 kills, but look how much Babo has. There's so many hatches, great econ. He doesn't have a lot of gas though, but it doesn't matter. Zerglings are so good.
So yeah, now game is back to what it was like maybe 10 minutes ago, where Babo was supposed to be winning and Protoss was in a bad position. But I mean, he lost many Ultras.
Yeah, he lost a ton of Ultras. That was a huge commitment from him, but he's got a good mineral bank, not a lot of gas. I'd really like to see him do another attack with Defilers. If he had Dark Swarm in any of those fights, he would have lost so many less units. But he's still way ahead in this game. I don't know if he's taking any of the middle bases, but
I think he's taking both of them. Like,
I think those are units at both of the bases.
Oh, are units. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Protoss is still in the game. There is hope, but not so much. And the Corsairs are doing damage.
Yeah, Corsairs getting a few Overlord kills. Anything he can do to buy time to get his bases back up. You know, remember, his main is mined out, Natn's mined out. That means his gases are basically mined out. He's really on one gas right now, only top right. And look at his gas. He's got 200 gas. He can't build any of the important units, the Templars, the Archons, the Reavers. But, you know, Zerg can still build Zerglings, and Zerglings are amazing when there's no AoE from the Protoss.
For a moment, I thought he will switch to mass DTs because he was making these mass Corsairs. Back then, Protoss used to play like that. They made a lot of Corsairs with the mass DTs and just kill the Ultras. But that's a lot of units right now.
That's so many units, and there's an even longer line coming bottom right, and now this main is 100% dead. I think Babo is going to break through here. Arew just does not have enough to deal with this. If he does, it's going to be like the best storms in history.
Yeah, the things are very mad right now.
Yeah, so we got GG from Arew. Nicely played from Babo. I liked Arew's style too. He was taking half of the map, but just I don't know where it went wrong for him, but after he lost that, you know, army in the middle to the Ultras, just everything fell apart.
I think it was mostly about not using the resources and a bit of a slow army movement that caused him this strange situation where the Protoss was like in a good position somehow. But yeah, like 20 ultras appears, clean everything, and gains back to normal.
Yeah, also Arew, his upgrades were a bit slow. He had 3-2 at the end, but no plasma shield upgrades. And, you know, Zerg had 3-3 for quite a long time, so a lot of his army was dying pretty quickly to any of the Zerg attacks. So hopefully next game, huh?
Yeah, that's true. Did you mention big attack? He only had a +1. That this is you're supposed to be like 2-0 or even 3.
Yeah, his upgrades in the beginning were very slow. He was behind the whole game. Like you said, he really needed to have +2 during the first fight, but only had +1. And really, it should have been close to +3. So hopefully he'll fix that this time, and maybe fights will go a little better for him.
I think 2 guys are. This is a new map. 2 guys are coming.
Yeah, we don't know that map really, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the ladder map pool, but I think 2 guys are coming.
And Mr.
Maybe outside.
Eon, could you change a little bit like the sensitivity, because we are losing you sometimes with the microphone. The chat is saying that we are losing you. So I know that there are some like input sensitivity. So I'm wondering if you will change it. Maybe then all your words would be caught by your microphone.
Any idea what is that?
So 1-0 for Babo, and Mr. Nyogen was right.
Okay, is this any better now? Impulse. Is better?
It still cuts out a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know how to fix it. I think me and Zero have had this issue before, casting previous BSLs, where it just cuts out sometimes.
Yeah, we had this problem on Discord, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you should like turn on the automatical determine of sensitivity. Maybe it will work. Oh, we can't hear Mr. Aeon right now.
I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. Let me be right back in a minute.
So the next map will be Roadkill, set 2. ZVP, very good game out of Babo. I'm impressed how well he played and how well he was able to deliver the longer game to us.
Okay, I'm back.
I will try to use less zoom, boys. Welcome, Mr. Nayoken. So I was saying that you are right. You was right. Babo looked so strong on this game. Like incredibly well played by him. Very patient, very stable game out of our Chilean Zerg.
Yeah, his style is very similar to Larva, and I love Larva's style. I off-race Protoss sometimes, and every time I play versus Zerg that play that defensive style with Mass Lurker, I just feel so helpless because of how fast my army just dies to Hive Tech. Like, you can't attack them. Then they get Hive, then they start plaguing you. It's like, God, it's so difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and when you have like 200 and half of your army is plagued, it's pretty bad to like throw half of your army and then rebuild it, especially as a Protoss.
Yeah, and you don't have medics to heal them, so they're basically just dead units before a fight even happens. It's incredibly difficult.
Mr. Aeon, are you here?
Yes, I don't know if Zero can hear me.
Yeah, I can, and I don't hear that you are dropping now. So maybe it's better now.
We will see.
We will see. Let's hope. Okay, Mr. Arew is going for water right now, and pretty good game. Very good game on Circuit Breaker. This, I think, Roadkill will be better for Protoss than Circuit Breaker for PvZ, right? What do you think, boys?
You can go ahead.
No, go.
So even though I don't play Protoss, again, this is another map where, you know, it's a middle-only third base, but there is high ground, and so maybe he can do a 2-gate, get on top of the ramp, like Eon Zerg was talking about, seeing a 2-gate here. I mean, I don't know. I think Zerg is probably pretty strong on here.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Except maybe if you are close in positions. Yeah, the rush distance is closer, so this is the reason maybe 2 gates will come, and it's a new map, so.
Okay, we are going to game number 2, and I'm leaving you boys with Mr. Neoken and Aeon.
Okay. Okay, so in the mid left, we have the Peruvian Zerg. It is Babo, and in the bottom middle, we have the Lithuanian Protoss. It is Arew.
Yeah, and guys, honestly, not everything was so negative about Arew play. Like, I mean, I think what I get from his play is that he was trying to be very defensive, like very. He was trying to be ready against Hydras or Lynx Rombais, and also getting ready to the mutas. He didn't cut any edge. Like, he was really taking care of pretty much everything. So I think if this time he pressed more attention to the +1 upgrade and yeah, army composition and all of that, and taking the normal timings, he would be in a good shape.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Arew played pretty well. If he could have just gotten his side of the map, which he was going for, but then kind of just fell apart at the end, it would have been difficult for Babo to deal with because late game Protoss is very strong. And Arew has that fast pylon at the natural. I thought it was going to be a 2-gate, like you were saying, but now
no, because he has scouted with the workers, so
yeah, so it's not going to be, and he sees the fast pull. Can he still go for a Nexus before the cannon? It's such a close position on roadkill that I don't know if you can do that. Even
I think it's too risky. I think, and the way you do it to make the Forge Nexus, you are skipping the first scout.
Yeah, so I don't think he can be as greedy as he was on Circuit Breaker. I can't remember if he went Nexus before Cannon, but he's got to get that Cannon down because Overpull will get there in time. But again, Arew going for a standard build, it's not going to be a one-base play that we sometimes see players like Yeti or Bonnet pull out. He is just going for standard. He's doing a great job with his probe harassing the drone, getting this third.
Wow, you were making a pylon.
Yeah, so this is going to delay Babo quite a bit, but luckily for him, at least the third base is close by. He can potentially put a hatchery there. Or not.
No, I think he's going for other main, like we saw before. But actually, I think this map is less stronger to pull that play out. Like, I think there is more potential to use very fast shuttles, some drop DTs, and your force expansion if you are trying it or whatever.
Yeah, now Arew trying to keep his probe alive. So critical for Protoss to keep this probe alive. It's really their only way to get any sense of what Zerg is doing in the early game. If it goes down like it did last game, you know, Babo could pull out an all-in very easily. The rush positions allow it, definitely on roadkill. But actually, Babo's letting the probe survive for now.
This is making more links. Oh my god, that's a lot of links.
There's only one cannon here. I don't think this is a block. I think he can run by. Oh, he's focusing the probe. Great probe control right here, but oh, are they gonna get through? 4 lings. What? Okay, only 2 lings are gonna get through, but 2 lings, that can be annoying for the Protoss. Luckily for Protoss, though, Zerg doesn't have speed and he does have his gateway done.
Luckily for him, this set is not Jadon or some pro gamer.
Yeah, but 2 lanes can still deal a lot of damage. He's still gonna have to micro his probes very well, but look at the natural, not mining at all for Arew, so a lot of damage being done just by
Yeah, but that Naokin, that was a lot of things.
Yeah,
dying.
Yeah,
So I
no
think
doubt.
if he just made one silot and take care of it, he will be in good shape. As long as he doesn't keep losing workers.
Yeah, no doubt. 10 links is a big investment in the beginning.
Now the second cannon, that was supposed to be the cyber core.
Yeah, so Arew's really getting thrown off here. I don't see the probe still alive on that. Okay, maybe it is still alive. It's coming back into Babo's base, but he doesn't know if it's an all-in or not. So he's playing very defensively. And because this is not a cybernetics, you know, his Corsair is going to be late, his Citadel is going to be late.
Oh, this Overlord.
Oh, no! Okay, it will barely survive, but I think that building that just went down for Arew was the cybernetics core, a 5-minute cybernetics core. That's about, what, a minute or so late? Very late for him. Meanwhile, Babo has gotten 3 bases up. I think
luckily for Arew is Babo is playing like I think it's gonna be 5 or something like that, because I saw hatchery. Like he has 4 hatcheries right now.
Okay, so and Babo's making more lanes now. This might make Arew worried about a potential all-in.
Yeah, he's going to scout there.
Yeah, this is a great scout for him. He sees everything.
4 hatchery hydras.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting because it's, you know, it's not 5 hatches, not 3 hatches, kind of this in-between hydra timing. I don't know how well this will work out for Babo.
I'm surprised he made the amount of links again. Like it's impressive.
Yeah, so about 20 links already built.
I like this from Arew. I like this. He knows he doesn't need a Stargate. Like what he needs is Citadel and Storm. I really like this play. I want to clap because not many Protoss do it. It's obvious that you need to play this like this, but they don't make this play.
Yeah, well, this one probe scout set it all up. If he didn't get this kind of vision, he might have gone for Stargate, but because he saw what Babo's doing, he can respond appropriately, not waste any resources on a Corsair that he doesn't need. And now he really just has to defend this attack coming out from Babo. So what do you think Arew's follow-up after this? Is it just going to be a big, like, 8-8?
He needs to play mass gateways, just making a big army.
Yeah, so 8 gates and then probably just go for a bust while taking a 3rd base.
And actually, I don't think he needs to commit that hard to cannons. Babo right now is probably making hatcheries and drones and taking to lair.
Yeah, this is one of the difficulties for Protoss is even though they see the Hydra Den, Zerg doesn't necessarily have to commit to Hydras. They can start powering, they can go, you know, lair. And these Hydras then, these Hydras just sitting out in front of the Protoss just makes them worried. They don't have to actually, you know, there could potentially be a bunch of Hydras behind it, but there doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
So many cannons going up for Arew.
Yeah, I think if we make more cannons, it's gonna be in a bad position. Yeah, I don't know why he's making. This is obviously he doesn't have my hack. He doesn't know what's coming. But he has a storm already. He doesn't need more cannons. He needs gateways.
Yeah, so unfortunately for Arew...
Oh, the +1 is going to get cancelled.
Yeah, +1. Yeah. Oh, it completed.
Or maybe the storm is...
It just completed, so at least we do have +1, but Storm is still not out yet, and I don't think the Templar have energy yet. But Arew is building up his gateway count.
That's pretty low. Spire is coming.
Yeah, now this could be great for Babo if he can get out just a few mutas. He sees what Arew's doing. If he can pick off the High Templar, that's really going to be a lot of Arew's strength here, is how many Templar storms he can get off. But if he can just kill them with the mutas, you know, he'll be able to shut down Arew's timing attack quite easily.
It's interesting he's making double upgrade this time.
Is he? I did not see. Okay,
Yeah,
he
there
is
is a
going double upgrade. He may have thought that he was going to lose the forge at the front, so he built a second one in his main.
More links.
Yeah, meanwhile, Babo, he does have 6 hatcheries now. He's got 3 bases. He's got great drone saturation at all of his bases. I think the power of the armies has switched into Arew's favor for now. So Babo playing a little bit defensive, and then once he can get up his, lurker tech and hive tech, maybe he'll go back.
Man, Arew is really playing with fire without proper muta defense. Like, I think like 5 mutas and he will lose. Oh, finally, okay. He's finally making defense. Okay, now it's good, and he's already making drop. I'm expecting a bit push to finish. Obviously, he can also spend when he's doing that. So, but I'm expecting aggression. Like this time, it's gonna be aggression. Yeah, especially with 2 double upgrades.
Yeah, he's got a good gateway count. We're up to 7 gates. He's got Dragoons going. He's got his Cybernetic spinning. That's for range. It is not +1 weapon this time. So he is going to go for that big Dragoon style. The Muta's coming in here, but cannons are already set up. So he's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So he's prepared. But now this makes me think that maybe Arew would be scared to attack. If Set is able to snipe the High Templars with the mutas, it would be troubles for him. Let's hope it's not the case and he's still attacking, maybe sniping even hatcheries. I think he can snipe like he can snipe the hatcheries. Yes.
Yeah, Arew's army is so strong. He's got a lot of Dragoons here, but surprisingly, look at the supply. I think Babo's ahead in supply here, and usually, that's not what you want. As a Protoss player, you really want to be ahead in supply. So more cannons going down for Arew. A lot of resources being used here.
Well, honestly, most of the supply are mutas, so it can change very fast.
Yep, now this is a lot of Templar here. We got an Archon going. I think probably once this Archon is done, it's going to be go time for Arew. I think +2 weapons should be kicking in pretty soon for him too. So that's going to be about as strong as he's ever going to be during an attack.
I would like to see at least 2 Archons. This way he can tag more damage and not lose in the first game.
Yeah, now he does have to be careful because these mutas are looking to snipe those Templar, but Arew has waited maybe a little bit too long because the lurkers are out. They're on high ground. It's going to be so difficult to attack up there. I don't know, Arew, maybe he missed his window.
Yeah, I think it will be impossible to attack that position. Actually, he's making a tier expansion. So now, yeah, I'm afraid for him. It's also a mineral only, not even an expansion with gases. So this is going to limit him so much right now.
Yeah, mineral base, definitely not ideal for Protoss. On top of it, Roadkill's a very interesting map where you can even set up lurkers behind the mineral line at the 3rd base and kill, probes there. The Great Storm on top of a lurker, but there's so many lurkers here.
Oh! What? No, it's not dying to one shot because of the ramp. It's the high ground. Oh, okay.
Yeah, high ground a huge factor on fights like this, especially when more than half of the army is rain. Oh, tons of mutas coming in here, killing off the cannons, maybe? Or not. Oh, he just picked off the Templar. I didn't even realize that. So now actually the main is, the main, did he pick it off?
I think the Templar is alive.
Oh, it's still there. So he wasn't able to pick it off. That's why he ran away.
Oh, he's Night on server. Oh, there is a second server, but I don't know. I don't think he should commit to this.
Yeah, I don't know. He's still attacking uphill there, but there are only... Oh my gosh, there's so many lurkers behind these lurkers. I don't think he can bust through here. At the same time, all the units are clumped. Storms could be... yeah, he's got it backed up.
Oh yeah, he should, honestly, he should. There is no army to really take care of this main. Man, honestly, I'm so afraid for him right now. Like, not tier gas. How are you supposed to keep going to the late game where you are so gas expensive?
Yeah, Arew's got a really strong army right now. The problem is he can't really make use of it. Babo is so fortified that he can't do anything, and he's not taking a 4th base. He's going to be gas starved.
Storm.
That was a pretty good storm. Got a couple mutas there. But, you know, Babo, he's on 4 base. He's going to be having Hive pretty soon. He's going to have all his upgrades kick in. And in this mostly Dragoon army that Arew has,
he's missing
useless.
He's missing fire. He's missing this sneaky shuttle going to with the DT drop to the forest bench. He's missing high Templar drops. He's missing the good storm connections. It's a very passive Protoss right now.
Yeah, and really Protoss wants to be doing something at this point in the game. They don't want to necessarily be just sitting here unless they're taking bases, but we're not taking bases. Oh man, look how many lurkers there are. It's almost impossible for Protoss to bust up here.
Yeah. Do you think he's taking the mid?
Is he? I don't see a probe anywhere, but we do have a probe going to bottom right, I think. So we'll be getting a 3rd gas. But
yeah, but what timing? What cost? Is it too late?
Yeah, I think this is definitely too. When he was taking the 3rd base, I think he should have double expanded, because his army was so strong. It wasn't like Zerg could attack him, so he possibly could have defended both. Look how many Dragoons it is. Oh my gosh.
Oh, drop finally.
Yeah, so these 4 Zealots are gonna go.
Oh, the mutas are going to deny this Nexus.
Yeah, and this is a great denial here from Babo if he can get it. And those Zealots, they are going to top middle. There's
wait, maybe not.
Units up there.
Maybe not. It's going to save it.
Okay, so that's a good save from Arew, and this Zealot drop. It's actually dealing a lot of damage. It's not a very high commitment from him. It's not, you know, 4 DTs or anything. So 400 minerals to deny this base for so long is pretty nice.
Yeah. What I see is that extra hatcheries for Babo. Like, he's very low in hatcheries.
Yeah, and I want to point out, Zero click those Zealots. We have +3 weapon, +1 armor for Arew. So his army upgrades are very good this game. As long as he can keep going with armor and shields, his army is very strong. But again, look at this.
Oh, 2 lurkers, what are you... what?
Yeah, a bit of a misclick though.
I think the lurkers were chasing the sealant. But how is that possible? No. Okay,
Yeah,
so
sure.
now this is looking more bright for Arew. Like, if he keeps going for the drop play and denying. Nice.
These
Those are the mutas.
Yeah, these mutas are actually pretty important because he's got a Greater Spire. He wants to make Guardians with them. And I don't think there are any Corsairs out. So the only way to deal with him is going to be Storm.
Yeah, he can storm the mutas and they will instantly dead. And he has vision, I think.
Yeah, I think he can see it, but he's trying to get some stuff down there. Oh, another Zealot drop to the top. Going to deny this base again. It's a nice drop harass from Arew. He's going to get his 4th base. That's very important for him. But the Guardians are completed now. Oh, no.
Oh my god, why he let the Guardians complete? At least he has high Templars to take care of. Wow, actually he's lost the weapons to Dragoons.
Yeah, so he did deal with a couple of Guardians nicely with the Dragoons. But these 4 Guardians on the left side are dealing a lot of damage, killing a lot of probes, forced out storms also. And look at Babo, he's setting up his army. Arew's army is all out of position right now. It's all on the right side. If Babo goes right now, he might kill the mineral only.
It's gonna be close. Like,
oh my
okay.
god, look how fast Zerglings kill stuff. Oh, Dark Swarm. Okay, so this Nexus might be dead.
Storm.
Oh, yeah, there goes the Nexus. We saw a shuttle fly by. I think it's going to the main. We don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be DT drop? I hope it's a DT drop.
Okay, but I think that was not cheap. Like, he lose Guardians, he lose good amount of units to take care, to take down the... Wow.
He killed top middle. And look at Arew's army. It's very strong. It's 180 supply. He's got really good upgrades. Now he just killed a lot of Babo's army.
In the main.
Yeah, there's almost only lurkers here to defend. If he just draws the shots with lurkers, Maybe he can bust here. Babo's losing all of his drones in the main.
You know what? I don't think he should attack. Like, I think it's mostly important for him now to maybe secure, especially with that bank.
Dude, I just noticed a Arew's bank. We have an 8,000 mineral bank. That's...
Oh! Wow, okay. Okay, that's game. You can't come back from this.
We just had a max Zerg army a minute ago. Now he's at 120 supply and no drones. Arew in a phenomenal position now.
But look at the amount of lurkers at that national, like...
Yeah, holy, that's like 24 lurkers.
Wait a minute, are you going to drop all the lurkers in the main?
Oh!
Wow. Okay. So looks like a big drop is coming to Protoss base right now, but he's taking care of it, like he's chasing right now the Overlord. Guys, the search situation has changed so much. Like there is no 4 base. Eco is so bad everywhere. And then, I don't even think there is a mineral line saturate right now. Like maybe 8 drones per base or something like that. But I think Protoss should take care of making more expansions. Like it's now.
Yeah, this is the point in the game where he's got map control. You need to start taking bases now, but at the same time, he saw the drops on the left side. He's really trying to make sure he doesn't get dropped.
Yeah. More drops, more silos.
Yeah, more zealots. The zealot has been very cost efficient.
Oh, straight to the scorch, boom.
Okay, well that was not a cheap drop. We know that was Templars. But again, the zealots in here dealing a lot of damage, taking out that evolution chamber.
What are the Zero Grays? 1-1?
1-2. Oh man, 1-1 versus 3-2. That's not good.
Oh, the overlords. Oh, wait a minute.
They are pretty tanky though. And remember, I don't think there are Zerglings in here. It's just almost all lurkers.
Lurkers, yeah.
Now lurkers are great, but you know, lurkerling is better. Okay.
Lurker and Defiler. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but it's actually only 4 lurkers, so Arew should be able to deal with this.
Oh,
but
please don't come back with your hard army. Don't come back with your hard army. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Babo could do a counterattack. A DT drop to top middle. There's stuff going on everywhere. And Dragoons versus lurkers, that's not great. But this top base is going down Arew. Arew, meanwhile, taking mid right. Oh, he cleaned up the lurkers somehow.
Finally, he's using the Ts to drop. In the beginning, he was only using silos. I was like, man, don't be so cheap. Actually, DTs are pretty good.
Yeah, DTs deal 40 damage. Oh my gosh, so many lurkers. Where's the Storm? Storm's incredible. So many lurkers dying there to just a few Dragoons and Storm. I think this is going to be it for Babo. He's losing so many of his important lurkers. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
look how strong Dragoons are. That was nice. That was nicely played from Arew. I was worried for him about not getting his 4th base set up, but once he got his upgrades going, kind of just sat outside of Zerg's base. His harassment was great, got him back into the game.
But he changed so fast. He changed so fast. Like it was the Guardian fail into the attack into the miner only. He was able to kill it, but he lost like most of his army. And then Arew is still dropping, and then killing the 4 base. He was able to kill the 4 base. That's huge. And yeah, eventually he just...
And it was brilliant to go for the Guardians, right, boys? Because we didn't see any Corsairs there. And going for the Guardians was pretty brilliant, but somehow Arew handled it.
Honestly, I didn't like the Guardian. Like,
no?
I didn't like the... I was surprised he got into that, but because you saw that he lost like most of the mutants, was lucky to get 5 mutants into that position.
Yeah, he was lucky to get them, and he didn't achieve a lot with the mutants, right? He was flying with them a lot. He killed Observer. That was a good thing, but overall,
Yeah, and actually I realized very late that he didn't make any extra macro hatcheries.
Yeah, he had only like 6 of them overall, right?
Oh man, there was 20 lurkers defending the main, the main base. Like, why 20 lurkers in that position? Honestly, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, it's too many lurkers. I mean, I don't know what the correct number is, but 20, that's way too many. Maybe like 8 or something.
Man, what's going on that everyone is telling me to go out? Guys, I'm a very sensitive guy. I'm going to go out. Don't keep saying it, please. I'm going to cry in a corner and go out. Actually, I'm kidding. I don't care. But
okay, I just wanted to mention something, but after I'm kidding, I'm okay. So that's good. Okay.
Seriously.
Okay, we are waiting for the players. Unfortunately, I need to go for the toilet for 30 seconds, so I will leave you with our experts for 30 seconds. We are waiting still for Mr. Babo.
Man, that was interesting. Like, I think it was the serve was supposed to make. If it didn't commit to making macro hatcheries, I think it was supposed to at least taking them in only, and with that amount of lurkers, he could put lurkers everywhere, like just taking care of surrounding the hatchery with lurkers. It could be a very interesting position for him to keep going, boosting his eco.
Okay, I am here and I can see that Mr. Nyoken is also coming back. So are you ready, boys?
Yeah.
I don't know even the game. I'm watching it on Discord. What do you mean? I'm lagging the game.
Okay, so let's go. Just let's go to the game number 3.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, Zerg, you can introduce this time.
Okay. Blue Storm or Protoss Storm or whatever storm. In the top we have Arew. In the bottom we have Babo.
So you don't like this map, Zerg?
I really hate this map.
I used to lose. Why do you hate this map?
I used to lose to 50 minus games, mass carriers, and when I was not back, it was you know, half versus half. Yeah, not good memories.
Yeah, the carrier, storm, reaver, all that, very strong unit comp. So I feel your pain there. So what do you think we're gonna see from Zerg on here? This is a 2-player map. It's got short rush distances. I don't know if you can go for 12 hatch here because, you know, it's kind of vulnerable to 2-gate or gate expand.
Okay, this is interesting. So far, what Babo is trying to play very standard games, going for the macro, but it didn't work out in the. Now maybe he's thinking like, maybe I should try something different, because on top of that is storm. You can really play. So I don't know. Maybe a Hydra bust, maybe mass links is an option. We will.
Yeah, Hydra bus pretty good on here. You know, the Blue Storm natural layout, it's pretty small. You don't have a lot of area to put a lot of cannons. So, well, I mean, a lot of cannons like all together. I mean, they're kind of spread out. So Hydra bust can be very difficult. On top of it, you know, it's pretty easy for the lings to deny the scouting. You just put one ling at that choke and then just kind of patrol them at the bridge and Protoss will be in the dark. Yeah,
but at the same time, you are Maybe Protoss can smell that something is changing in the air.
Yeah, he might expect a Hydra bust for whatever reason. We'll have to see. You were talking about how Babo is not really that type of player, but maybe based on how last game went, maybe he feels like he might have to do something like that. Because he was in a great position versus Arew last game, but Arew made it work.
So he's taking the gas as a suspension. The top left suspension. You know what? Maybe he's aiming for this Muta play again, like in the first game. Because if we remember, it was starting with the he made Mutas eventually, but he started with a lot of flings and then the macro hatchery. Yeah, so it was a different situation. But as I see it right now, maybe he's going for this Muta play again.
Yeah, we might see Muta play on here. Blue Storm has a lot of walls around your natural, so a lot of opportunities to swoop in, get some kills, and leave, and then swoop in again. So definitely we could see some Muta play. But Arew, he's going for the Forge expand again. We'll have to see whether he's going to go Citadel or Stargate again. I think he'll probably go Stargate this time.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see 2 Stargates, actually.
Yeah, 2 Stargate. I don't see it often, but when it is facing Mutas, it's pretty incredible. Mutas just get crushed. Corsair is so strong.
Yeah, if the Sereno is not expecting it, he will be able to kill so many overlords that it's going to delay the Serens to death.
Yeah, and Arew doing a good job with his probe again. Sees the lair, so he knows he's not getting mass speed linked.
But he didn't see the tier yet.
Yeah, he didn't see it, but I think he probably knows because he saw the drone go out and then it didn't scout him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is going top left, just going to validate that it is there. And he will see it. And now I think Arew should be at the point where he's deciding on Stargate or Citadel. We'll have to see what tech he's going for.
I think he's making a Stargate already.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Stargate. Yeah, there it is. Now we'll just have to see whether it's going to be 2 Stargate. He hasn't really seen much. He hasn't really seen anything that says that it's going to be Mutas or Hydras. It's kind of up in the air right now. This probe is still alive.
Yeah, and 2 Silos are coming now to harass the Natural.
Yeah,
and he's not ready.
This Overlord was out of position. It doesn't know that Zealots are coming. And now he sees the Spire.
Yeah, well, this is starting good for the Protoss.
Yeah, now Arew, he's got to be careful with these Zealots because, you know, there's a decent amount of lings here. He doesn't want to lose them for free. He's getting into a great position behind the mineral line.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
And he's gonna kill these lings. And now, okay, he forced out a couple more lings here. That was actually nice defense from Babo. Not a lot lost for him.
He really likes to make the second assimilator like very late.
Yeah, I think normally when Protoss is going for a Stargate build, it's around like 27-ish. So yeah, this gas is very late. And since he's going Stargate, that means that I think his Templar count is just going to be later. Is going to be much lower when it's in the mid game.
I ask myself if this time he's really committed to silos, like making 4 Stargates, prong 1 silos.
Yeah, I think that's what we were expecting to see on the Circuit Breaker game, but it ended up never happening. But I agree that I expect a bunch of gateways to come down. Wow, this probe is alive. Is he going to proxy a gate? He might proxy a gate and do a DT rush.
Oh, no. Wait.
No, the probe got found.
More hatcheries for Babo.
Yep. So
Wow,
Babo's
6 hatcheries.
Yeah, he's got 6 hatch. He's got his Hydra Den. The probe has not seen the Hydra Den yet. It did see the lair, but he didn't see a second gas at the natural. So I don't think he expects it to be mass muta. And he's right, because it's going to be 6 hatch Hydra.
Yeah, he better be careful, because he can get killed by that easily. Mass units.
Yeah, and Blue Storm, it's a map that has a big platform that, you know, Zerg can sit on with their Hydras. You're going to be attacking uphill. So, you know, it's potentially hard for Protoss to get out once there's a huge Hydra count.
He's making more cannons. Low gateway number, honestly. Still one gateway at 7 minutes. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think we should see a few more gateways coming up any moment now, probably 4 or so. There's the second one, I'm pretty sure, just now. Yeah, second one going up. We expect a couple more to go up.
I honestly making the simulator Solid was some zero aggression, like a speed aggression. But he's like he's playing bad timings. Okay, he's playing.
Yeah, well, we have 6 Corsairs moving out, trying to find some Overlords to pick off. There's nothing really to pick off, though, and we've got Hydras out, so I don't know how much damage these Corsairs will do. He might have thought he was getting mass muted, but he's not. So maybe Babo completely mind-gamed him.
Yeah, it's possible, because in the first 2 games he made mute us, now taking the gas expansion as well. Wow, this TT actually has potential to do some damage. I don't see anything covered in the mirror line.
Yeah, there are a couple Overlords here, but these are +1 Sares. A lot of Hydras are going to push them back. I think this DT is hooking up to the top now. Not sure if there's any vision there, detection there, though. Okay, there is an Overlord.
Well, that's a lot of Hydras.
So Babo is completely prepared for everything right now. He's in a great state right now. I think his supply is even, well, it's not ahead of Arew, but it's pretty high up there. And just now, Arew's got a lot of gateways down. It's looking similar to the Roadkill game, where he's kind of passive and then kind of just busted out.
Yeah, so I think he will just get the sacked units to Mega Tier and defend it.
Yeah, that seems to be Arew's style, is slowly take bases and kind of just harass the Zerg to death. And once you've dealt a crippling blow with your harassment, kind of go in for the kill. And we see the probe moving out now.
I didn't see the 4 cheeses moving to the +2, or he stopped upgrading.
Oh, it looks like he stopped upgrading, so we're gonna have only +1.
Oh, this is very scary, because in the last game it was double upgrades actually, so he were very, very stronger, but this time it's only a +1. I don't know if he will be able to survive this attack that is coming to deny his tier expansion.
Yeah, and Babo is...
Oh,
wow, he already has lurkers. So if he can just sit on this cliff, it's going to be so hard for Protoss to do anything. He doesn't have that many Templars. Remember, he got his natural gas really late. He built a lot of Corsairs here. Now he is picking off some Overlords. That's a great pick off.
Yeah.
2 going down, almost 3. We have an attack from Babo, I think, at the 3rd base. Yeah, Arew's gonna push this back. It's not. There's no lurker. Oh, great storm, damaging a lot of Hydras though. Gotta be careful with those Corsairs. He's actually dealt a pretty good amount of damage to the Overlords. I think that's 3 or 4 going down. Big supply block.
He's finding some good damage with the Corsairs. But yeah, the big attack is coming now to the tier expansion.
Yeah, and now there's
even lurkers. There is not on server. Oh, there is on server.
Great storm, I think.
So.
Yeah, so.
This one better.
Actually, a lot of the lurkers going down for free. I think Arew will take this 3rd base. Only 2 lurkers left. Oh, he's got to kill the observer. Oh, that observer is so exposed. Okay.
I don't know. Still many Hydras left. He's going to lose this Nexus. Sadly.
Yeah, this Nexus is going down, or maybe not. There's a lot of Dragoons here.
It's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. So great denial on the 3rd base from Babo, and meanwhile he's taking his 4th base.
Yeah. man, if I was a Protoss player, I will be probably thinking about going 2 bases all in at this point. It's too late to spend, right? Like, yeah, you can go for it. Obviously, you can always go for it, but you're going to be so big. Maybe it's the timing to try to finish this. That was a shuttle with the... No, of course, there is.
Yeah, I agree. We've already built so many Dragoons that if we sit here, once Hive Tech comes out, they're not going to be as good as something like a timing we do right now. So I think Arew's opportunity to attack is kind of right now. Look at the supplies. It's about 130 to 80. And remember, Babo lost a lot of lurkers here. So if he was going to attack, I think he's got to go now. This is so many Dragoons.
No many storms.
Yeah, not many storms, but Dragoon's pretty good in high numbers like this versus Lurker and Hydra. But now he's given up the high ground again. I don't know.
This is going to be very hard.
Great Lurker spread from Babo right here.
Oh, a storm, nice.
Yeah, good storm. Got one Lurker and a Hydra there. But again, I'm worried for Arew because look at the production from Babo. It's crazy. And he's got 4 bases now. I'm sure he's got Hive going pretty soon at least.
Yeah, and double upgrades also.
Yeah, and then the upgrades are going to start coming into play. I think Babo could even take, you know, either of the middle bases. It's not like Protoss can really do anything right now. And Arew has just shown that he really likes to play defensive.
Oh my god, he's blocking actually the back of his suspension?
I think it's just to give him vision. I don't think 1 pylon blocks it. I think it's 2 to block it.
But he's using dragons. It doesn't make sense. Now it will be so difficult for him to get out his army. Dragons are not lovers of pylons.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard for him to get up this platform. Once he lost the 3rd...
I mean, that's the only way. Because if he spends his storms trying to break out the container, I think it's already GG.
Yeah, what makes it so difficult is fighting uphill, he's going to be missing a lot of the time. It's not like he's fighting on even ground. So half the time is,
BSL.
you know, his Dragoons are going to be missing. And that's just going to make the Lurkers so much stronger. And now we have Lings coming out to support the Lurkers. This is a nightmare for Protoss.
I mean, maybe if you make a robot in the tier expansion and make rivers, yeah, maybe he can break it.
Now we have a Templar moving out, trying to get... That's a good storm, got both of the Lurkers. But you see how careful Arew has to be just to kill a couple units. Meanwhile, Babo, you know, he's macroing like crazy. He's got more hatcheries going down. Hive Tech is coming up. He basically, all he has to do is sit here and wait for Protoss to make a move and just swarm in on him.
Yeah, it's a huge army, but it's so difficult, this army uphill like that.
Now, Arew has actually gotten up quite a bit, but there's so many Lurkers, and the spread of Hydras is great. Oh, look how fast the Zealots are dying. I think Arew might actually bust through here, just because of how many Dragoons there are. But, you know, Babo has almost the entire left side of the map.
The units are going to finish this Dragon army.
Oh, I haven't seen a single storm until just now. Killing a lot of Hydras. Still a lot of Dragoons left over. Now, I think I just saw +2 kick in for Arew there.
But still, it's 4 bases there. A lot of adrenaline.
Yeah, this is really like the weakest point where Zerg will be. The later it goes, the stronger they're going to get. We have a ton of Lings coming in, a lot of Lurkers. Not the greatest trade for a Babo right here. Dragoons count is still very high, about 24 Dragoons. He has gotten the platform.
Yeah, maybe he needs to relax a bit and pull all the army together.
Yeah, I think just wait for that Hive Tech to kick in. Adrenaline, Dark Swarm, Plague, all his upgrades. And then try and swoop in again. He sees the army comp for Arew. It's almost pure Dragoon at this point.
Oh wow, he's going to defend the 4th expansion.
Well, I think he has
Oh,
to.
there is none. There is none.
Oh, there's no base there. But Arew's on a clock because his main's mined out, his nat's basically mined out. He's on a mineral-only base, and now his gas bases are basically mined out also. And look at this huge line of defense that Babo has across the middle of the map. Holy moly.
Yeah, looks like this is the killing move, guys.
Yeah, Arew going in here. There's so many lurkers, a lot of lings too. They got crackling this time. They're just crushing through the dragoons. More lings coming in. Even if Arew stops this army, he won't be able to stop the future assaults from Babo. I think Babo, maybe not GG right now, but within the next couple of minutes is going to be it. Arew's army is just decimated.
Yeah, this army.
Dragoons are finally going down. Yeah, here come more lings. The production from Babo is insane. He's on 10 hatchery. That's absurd. He's got more hatcheries than Protoss has gateways.
That was a slow plan for sure for the Protoss. Like, it was very passive, like very passive. I think Sir made like only one sunken, the natural, only one sunken, and then drones, mass hatcheries. Was able to do whatever he wanted, and yeah, this is the result. This is the result. What?
Yeah, when you leave Zerg unpunished like this, it's just scary how strong they become. You think they're kind of weak at around the 10 to 12 minute mark because they just have lurkers, lings, but once Hive Tech kicks in, it's a whole different beast. They're so much stronger.
Actually, Babo is very low in minerals.
Yeah, but he is taking bottom, middle. He'll probably take top, middle pretty soon. He just has so many lings. His upgrades are great. What is that? Is it
2-2?
or I think it's okay. It's 1-1.
No idea because it's very pixelate.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 1.
Actually, the upgrades are kind of not that great, but it doesn't. It's Arew's upgrades are pretty good. 3-1 though. The problem is his army is just all dragoons, and you're just not going to beat crackling lurker with that kind of army.
Yeah, now is when you wish to have like maybe 10 Archons.
Yeah. Yeah, if Arew could have ever gotten on top of the platform and taken bottom right, he could have been in a great position, but just unfortunate for him, Babo really on top of that platform, not letting it, you know.
Well, actually he had the chance to get into that high ground, but he retreat and just let Babo take it again.
Yeah, it's true. Once that third base went down, he had the potential to sit up there, but he let Babo take it again, and now we're seeing the result of not getting the key part of the map you needed as the Protoss here, and now he's just getting starved out. Babo doesn't have to do anything. He just sits here, mines the map, and he'll win.
Yeah, I mean, it's also too risky to do anything. Why will you risk the game like that? To commit to storms or anything? Just wait.
Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to do an attack, he could just drop into the main. He could.
Wait, I mean, is this going to expand in that position, honestly? Yeah.
Arew's upgrades are really, really good. He's trying to go around, but the problem is that Babo, when he sees it, he can just go kill the Nexus now.
Yeah, like, just, yeah.
There he goes. And so now this Nexus is going to be dead. A great storm. It's going to kill a lot of lings here. And now, look, Arew turned around.
And now these minions that Babo can take care of, putting some lurkers at the further expansion, or the bottom right expansion, just denying it.
Now these are some great storms, getting a lot of lurkers here. Put a lot of lings. Look at Babo's army. There's actually not very much left up here. Well, I mean, there are a lot of lurkers, but I mean, there's not like a lot of lurker lings in combat.
Man, he loses a big amount of followers.
Yeah, but he's still not supply blocked. Here come more reinforcements for Babo. The lurker line is never ending. All I hear are lurker spines constantly going off.
Finally a swarm.
Yeah, swarm is just gonna be amazing here. Nullify all the damage from the dragoons, even the archons too. Oh my gosh, so much.
Oh,
So
the storms are good. The storms are good and doing good now.
Yeah, the unit control from Arew has been amazing for him to deal this much damage, but the econ for Babo is crazy. The macro just keeps coming in. He's relentless here. Dark Swarms in combination with Lings, so strong. I think this is going to be it for Arew right here.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe. But there are only Hydras left, so...
Yeah, is Arew gonna survive? Supplies are 120 to 90. He does have bottom right completed. If he could transfer some drones there, and he really needs to stay on top of this high ground. He can't let Zerg keep having that advantage.
He even got the force pension up, but he can't defend it anyway.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Yeah, his fourth base is going down. It's getting a bit chaotic now. Oh my god, I don't know what Arew can do. Well, I mean, look at Babo. The Babo's supply, it's very, very, very low. And Arew's army is very strong. He just doesn't have another base.
I think his problem is that he play a very normal game. Like, just make workers and get some structures and units. A very normal play, no timing, no anything. Like, nothing like in the last game he was trying to drop on. Yeah, not... Yeah, very normal play for... Well,
the game has slowed down a little bit. Arew's gonna clean up bottom right. He desperately needs to get this Nexus down. And he needs to keep his units on the high ground. Do not give up that high ground. Babo's minerals is pretty low. It's 140 to 110. He does have both the middle bases. That's terrible for Protoss. But, yeah. Oh, wow, Protoss is actually counterattacking.
Oh, it's losing a few lockers.
There's not much defense at these bases, top middle and bottom middle.
Wait a minute, he's taking both bases at the same time?
Yeah, he got greedy and took both bases now. He will be able to keep top middle, but I think bottom middle is going to go down.
What's going on?
Yeah, what is going on? Babo's supply is way too low to fight this very gas-intensive army that Arew has. There's a couple Archons in there. There's a bunch of Storm, Zealots. Remember, this army is 3-2.
Not only that, he lost his whole eco. Like, he doesn't have even drones to mine now.
Yeah, where is his mining? I think top left is completely mined out for him.
Oh, but he can lose his suspension. Oh.
Yeah, Babo making a big counterattack here. He's got to watch out for probes.
Oh my god.
No.
Well, it was less than expected. Honestly, much less.
He killed a lot of probes there, like 20, but it doesn't matter really because, you know, you don't need that many probes to mine bottom right. Look at the supplies now. What is it, 70 to 80?
Wow. Babo's going for it. I don't think...
I don't know what Babo's doing. This is his whole army.
High Templar, Storm. Oh, he doesn't see it.
Well, at the same time, though, this is going to draw Arew's army all the way back to his main. If Babo can attack bottom right, kill that Nexus, if there's even a Nexus there, you know, Arew's not mining anymore.
Oh, the workers.
Oh, no. They got stormed. All of the probes dying. I don't even know if we have any probes left. But this is all Arew has.
He has like 3 workers left.
Okay, well, Arew's got all in now, so his army is strong. Look at it. So keep in mind, Babo, the supplies are evenish, but at least Babo has workers. So, you know, the whole, like, Arew's entire supply is army, so it's very strong still.
Oh man, if he just saved like 20 workers and now spend, he probably had a chance with this army. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think after he killed bottom middle, if he could get bottom right, he'd been in a pretty good spot.
But now, I think Babo now. Wow! Okay.
Oh no, can't lose the shuttle!
Wow, he's going for the main.
I think he has to. He's got to do...
Play go!
Oh my gosh, Plague's so cost efficient in scenarios like this.
Yeah, at this point, everything's going against Protoss.
Yeah, no, Arew
I
attacking.
think he's mining far distance with 3 workers. So this is bad.
Yeah, he is attacking top left, but not really a lot of important stuff there. There are hatcheries, but, you know, the base is mined out.
Well, still
Arew's so cost efficient with this army. I don't think I've seen any units been lost so far. Now Babo, he knows that the army's out of position. He can just counterattack to the main.
Wow, that was good.
So this hydrogen's going down.
No more workers.
And no more workers for Arew. He's got, okay, he's got 4 in his main, but that's it.
Yeah, it's getting scary.
Yeah, he's losing all of his gates, but he doesn't have the econ to really use them anyways.
He
So
can
it's not
attack
that
this
important.
position. He can attack this.
Yeah, I'm not sure he can really attack anywhere. The sunken and lurker combination is so strong. He's got a Nidus. Oh man.
Yeah.
This is heartbreaking for Arew. He just doesn't have the resources.
It reminds me of the first game where there was a moment like, wait a minute, Arew is in 5 bases right now and Babo position is not so good. But then the Ultras come and smash his army and back to normal. Pretty much the same, but maybe a bit more crazy.
Yeah, Babo was in an amazing spot, and then Arew, just through sheer power of his army and great unit control, he was able to get back into this. But after losing those probes, just nothing to fall back on.
Man, if I was casting with Zero, I would say, do you see why I hate Protoss?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Protoss can get back and be fine every time, but it was a very good game. I mean, Arew versus Babo bring us some good series. I was enjoying watching it because there was a lot of emotions. I thought twice that Arew got this when he killed like 6 o'clock base and drones in the 12 o'clock. I felt he had a chance, but then all the probes, there was no probes anymore.
Yeah, Zero, I'm curious. Now that you are in the chairs of production, do you think we are missing many details in the game?
I think no. I think it's like I'm very satisfied with what we are doing. I don't know what the chat thinks, but I don't know what do you boys think, and if it's comfortable for you to stream that way. You can focus more on casting when I'm like showing everything.
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Sadly, there are sometimes my screen is so pixelated that I'm not able to see the numbers or something. It's a bit of a shame because I don't have this.
Yeah, that is true. It's a little blurry, so sometimes a 3 looks like an 8. I thought Arew on Roadkill had an 8,000 mineral bank, but he only had 3,000. But other than that, it's great.
Yeah.